What dating advice would you tell your younger self?
Life goes on.
Huh?
Life goes on. That is the dating advice I'd give my younger self.
After heartbreak?
Yeah, after heartbreak, life goes on. And I can't even, overemphasize this. Because I think when I was younger, every time a relationship ended, especially with someone, when you're falling in love the first time, you can't imagine yourself without this person. Love is such a sweet thing that when someone dumps you, you cry. I told you about this story. This time I cried in a matatu. Until people, the lady who was sitting next to me told others, wachaneni na yeye, unajua labda mtu amefiwa. Which translates to leave him alone, maybe someone is bereaved. So probably people at the matatu thought I was going to a mortuary.
It was the death of your love.
Yes, kumbe. And imagine I cried 4 days after being dumped. Yeah, so I would tell my younger self,
stay Taliban.
No, life goes on. This is one thing I have learned, that even when you think, a relationship is done, it's not the end of life. There's literally much better days ahead. You just pick yourself up, oga, shower, na unarudi soko, go back to the market, having dealt with the trauma that did to you. Because sometimes we shower, go back to the market with a lot of trauma, and we end up back in the market because we are still carrying a lot of things that we. So life moves on, and when something bad happens to you, deal with it, handle your trauma, realize that something bad happened to you, and acknowledge whatever you could do wrong, better about it, and you move on, because life moves on. That's what I would tell my younger self. I don't know about you.
Absolutely. Yes. What would you tell your younger self?
2 things. One, it is hard to replace a good woman. Hey, very difficult.
Hallelujah! That's a wise man talking. Say it again.
It is hard to replace a good woman.
Okay, which woman is this that you have been trying to?
Well, I'm just saying.
Just generally speaking.
Yeah, generally speaking, it is hard to. This woman has been good to you, nice. You found a nice person who cares about you, is building you, is doing.
You're taking her for granted.
And you're the raccoon. You become a raccoon. Replacing that one. Utatafuta. Yani in English, you look for it.
I hope that's the take home today when this clip is edited. Hi, digital team, please, that has to be captured.
I kid you not. Yes. Let me tell you, it is hard to replace a good woman. People out here.
Okay, did you have a good woman who you chased, and then how did you get to this realization?
No, of course it's through experience that there was a time I had a good woman and I was the raccoon, and I was just like, later on I was just like, where?
Kumbe she was.
When I was out in the streets. Okay. Hey, I looked left, right, and center. The people you're getting are nothing close to this person.
I love what you're saying. It echoes words from Steve Harvey. I listen to him a lot. He's really good when it comes to relationships and family matters and whatnot. And he always emphasizes and says that when you find a good woman, do everything in your power to keep her. Because sometimes they go and they don't come back.
Can you say the same applies then to a good man?
Focus on what we're discussing. You're always trying to start.
It has to be.
I'm talking about Steve Harvey. He's never dated a man. He's very heterosexual.
That's what I'm asking you. Does it also apply? No, but I'm just saying. Does it also apply to if you find a good man?
That's not my advice. My dating advice to my younger self would be have fun. Have fun. Enjoy being single, because many people feel like they are rushed, especially women. You look at your age mates and then you're like, oh my God, I'm getting closer and closer to 30. Who said you must be
so the pressure
married when you're 30? So you see, a chick has like really high standards, but they keep lowering and lowering. By the time she's 30, past even 30, there are no standards. He just needs to have a pulse. As in, does he breathe? He's alive. That's the only thing. I'm like, no. Date. Don't be afraid. People like to judge you. Don't keep count. As long as you're not getting into anything scandalous, weigh your options. Date, because you learn so many mistakes. You learn from them. You make so many mistakes. You learn from them. And it'll better you, I feel like, when you're in your relationship. Like, I had a lot of fun. And there's nothing I regret. There's nothing I feel I miss out on. I feel like I settled down when I needed to settle down. I'm present 1,000%. Someone tell me, oh, there's a turn up, there's these rich dudes in town, oh, see you what? They are fine. Do they have accommodation where I hope they knew where they were coming. I'm fine. I'm fine, because there's nothing I feel I left undone.
But that comes with the pressure of also people calling you that
That's
true.
Kanini. Yeah.
It's okay. They can call you whatever they want to call you. It's never
people
killed
now,
anyone.
You see, people can misjudge this young man who is just active as a womanizer. Kumbe is just a man enjoying life.
And weighing his options. But ask Absolute. I tell Absolute all the time. Absolute was in love with someone when we met, and they passed away, unfortunately. They got COVID. Absolute, sorry to use you as a specimen.
It's all right.
And even when your girlfriend passed away, I told you, Absolute, I don't want you to settle down if you can take a small piece of advice from someone who is like a sister. I told you, weigh your options. Take your time, because you start comparing. It's good to know that people are different. People are different, and you will only know it. You date two people, and then because you've been told someone is keeping score,
now you settle for the third one.
Date, my friend, date.
But doesn't it
date,
also?
And date does not mean copulation.
Yeah, because that's what I was saying.
Yeah,
you
date,
know, even
date.
when you go to the Mamamboga today, there's a notice, especially where I live. It says around the avocados, no finning. No finning, meaning you can't you can't press on the avocado, touch it to see if it's,
That's right.
You see, if a lot of people are also touching this avocado, you see now it spoils.
First, you're disgusting. There's no woman who's an avocado.
I didn't say it was a woman. I'm just saying there's also no finning. At what point do you enjoy?
Date. Just like in your job,
So
you
just
also
fin.
need some experience.
So finch this avocado.
It's true so that Absolute. Oh, I've been rude to two men, two of my past
So
relationships.
these are the mistakes I made.
These are the mistakes, and then it also makes you rule the other person out, and sometimes be like, I am also the problem.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, I'm the problem, because I knew at some point that I have a short temper, I have this, and then you learn to deal with it. But the only man in your life was your dad, then Jesus, and then your husband.
But do you know a point that I really agree with you is, at the end of the day, also, the death of a relationship also means you have to look at what was it that you did.
Yes.
wrong.
Yes. You go do SWOT analysis, and then you're like,
the guys who just from here, tap, the inside here, another.
No, you just blame your partner. That relationship
Always.
ended because she.
But when you see a pattern, you're like, every man I date is a cheat or beats me. Hi, common denominator, yourself. What is it in you that attracts you to these knuckle-headed liars, these pathological liars? Because you're the only one who attracts them. That says a lot about you.
Yolanda, when you wear red, you speak a lot of sense.
Oh, God.
But apple pa finning. But you can't fin an avocado. Now it will be maji inside.
Stand by for SpiceFM business news.
No finning, buana. You fin once.